moment. Okay, good. We are good to go. Good morning. If you are watching in real time, it is Thursday, and I am so glad to be here with you today. We're talking today, so I'll just give you a quick preview and then we'll jump into it. So, we're talking today about the most common cause of failure, which is there's a very cool and kind of short story in Think and Grow Rich that talks about this. And so, we're going to be getting into it today and kind of going through the story together. But before we do that, Jamie, good morning. Oh, it's so good to see you. Before we do that, just two quick announcements, and then we will get into the story and what this is, the most common cause of failure. So, one, tomorrow I will not be going live. So tomorrow is moving day for us. So we are packing up and driving all day. So I will not be live tomorrow. If you're watching this in real time, I will be back on Monday. And second announcement, if you're a woman who wants to break through six figures or beyond in sales, I want you to go ahead and head to elisearcher.com/6figures. You can get registered for a workshop I'm hosting on September 21st, which is going to be exactly that. How do you break through six figures or beyond this year in a powerful, fun, enjoyable way. So let me just take a moment and welcome everyone else who's joining. Kalua, good morning. Joyan, I'm not saying your name clearly, but good morning. Jamie, I heard your journey on the podcast. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. We're super excited. It's going to be a new adventure. We're kind of just having fun, like just pulling up roots for a little bit and living somewhere different. Thank you, Kalua. Good morning, Sherry. Yeah, so if you're joining right now and you're a diehard morning live stream person, and I love you. Tomorrow we are not going to be live because we are moving tomorrow. So, but I'll be back. I will be back on Monday. So let's talk about the topic for today, shall we? Which is the most common cause of failure. The most common cause of failure. Now, who here? I'm really curious. Who knows the story about being 3 feet from gold from Think and Grow Rich? Have we heard this before? Are we familiar with this, or is this new? Let me know in the comments. And I'm going to read you the story. It's not long, but it has so many good applications that you can use for if you're feeling like this is for you today. If you're feeling like you've been going for something for a while and it hasn't happened, and any part of you feels like you want to throw in the towel, right? And you're like, maybe you feel like you're so close, but it's just not happening. Like, I want you to really, really listen in to today's story, because this story is for you. It's for me. It's for all of us, right? Michelle, you're saying, yes, you have heard it. Fit and Wellness. Hello. Good morning. Wendy. Good morning. Tam. Good morning. I'm so glad you all are here. And as always, if you're joining on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, pop me a comment so I know you're here. Okay, so let's read. So we're reading the story. It's going to take, 3 minutes max, but we're going to have story time with Elise this morning. But I want you to listen to this story, and then we're going to talk about in what ways you may be holding yourself back from just achieving your goal now, and some of the mindset principles that you can apply, whether your goal is a sales related goal, a life related goal, whatever it is. Okay, so let's listen to this story. So he says, one of the most common, we're reading from Think and Grow Rich. I think I said that, but let me just anchor in there. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. And he says, every person is guilty of this mistake at one time or another. An uncle of R.U. Darby was caught by gold fever in the gold rush days and went west to dig and grow rich. He had never heard that, now this is a good point, more gold has been mined from the human brain than has ever been taken from the earth. I just love that. It says, he staked a claim and went to work with pick and shovel. The going was hard, but his lust for gold was definite. After 3 weeks of labor, he was rewarded by the discovery of the shining ore. He needed machinery to bring the ore to the surface. Quietly, he covered up the mine, retraced his footsteps to his home in Williamsburg, Maryland, and told his relatives and a few neighbors of the strike. They got together money for the needed machinery and had it shipped. The uncle and Darby went back to work the mine. The first car of ore was mined and shipped to a smelter. Y'all, these words. Who know? I don't know what a smelter is. If anyone knows what a smelter is, pop it in the comments. But anyway, The gold's going to a smelter. The returns proved they had one of the richest mines in Colorado. A few more cars of that ore would clear the debts. Then would come the big killing in profits. Down went the drills. Up went the hopes of Darby and Uncle. Then something happened. The vein of gold ore disappeared. They had come to the end of the rainbow, and the pot of gold was no longer there. They drilled on, desperately trying to pick up the vein again, all to no avail. So can you imagine? It's like you've gotten your family members, like you brought everyone up, you've got everything staked on this. And you're like, yes, this is it. Like the gold's there, it's happening. You're like, we're going to pay off our debts, and then we're going to make so much money in profit. And then it just all disappears. Literally put yourself there. And has there ever been a situation in your life like that? Maybe you're going through that right now, right? And it feels scary and it feels frustrating. Kristen is saying it melts the ore. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate. So a smelter, if anyone else was like, what's a smelter? It melts the ore. By the way, Rita, good afternoon. Nancy, good morning. He says, finally, they decided to quit. They sold the machinery to a junk man for a few $100s and took the train back home. Some junk men are dumb. The wording in this, early 1900s. Some junk men are dumb, but not this one. He called in a mining engineer to look at the mine and do a little calculating. The engineer advised that the project had failed because the owners were not familiar with fault lines. His calculations showed that the vein would be found just 3 feet. This is exactly where it was found. The junk man took millions of dollars in ore from the mine because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. And that's actually highlighted in my book. I remember when I first read that, it was like, I think that's such a great life philosophy, right? If you feel like maybe you're 3 feet from gold, but you're not finding it and it's not happening, before you throw in the towel, because you have to know you can trust your desires and you can trust what you're going after. Get counsel, get help, get mentorship, talk to someone who knows what they're doing, because you'll often find that you were literally 3 feet from gold. If you just tweaked a little thing, did a little thing differently, you would be there. You would have the success you were looking for. So he took millions of dollars in gold, which imagine back then how much money that was, right? Because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. And then he says most of the money which went into the machinery was procured through the efforts of R.U. Darby, who was then a very young man. The money came from his relatives and neighbors because of their faith in him. He paid back every dollar of it, although he was years in doing so. Now remember, two more paragraphs here, and then we're going to chat about this. Long afterward, Mr. Darby recouped his loss many times over when he made the discovery that desire can be transmuted into gold. The discovery came after he went into the business of selling life insurance. So listen to that. I want you to also, if you're taking notes on this, write that down. Your desire can be transmuted into gold, abundance, prosperity, right? We don't use gold today so much, but money, right? Abundance. So whatever that desire is that you have, if it's a desire, like for many of you, I know you, and you're launching businesses, you're creating brands, et cetera, and you've got this desire to really serve in the world. And the law of compensation, you'll always be compensated according to the good you put out. So that's a law you can trust and you can rely on. And the other thing that I take away from this is that, so Darby, the one who stopped 3 feet from gold, that was truly a temporary defeat, but he took that principle and later on went on to make a killing in life insurance because he heard what had happened. He heard the gold had been right there. And he said, I stopped 3 feet from gold, but I will never stop because people say no when I ask them to buy insurance. And he went on to be one of the most successful life insurance agents in the country. And so I would love, because that's what I want to read to you from today, and welcome everyone who's joining, by the way. Jessica, good morning. Ashley, good morning. But what are your takeaways from that? So is there something in your life where you have been feeling like I should just quit? And give me a heart, or just let me know in the comments. Is there something that you've been thinking about throwing the towel in on or quitting on? And saying, well, maybe it's just not meant to be. I put everything into it, and maybe you had a glimmer of hope at the beginning and it seemed like it was coming together and then it stopped. Or maybe you haven't even found that first, that gold mine, gold ore yet. But either way, you're thinking about, oh, this is too much, it's not meant to be, etc. It is whatever the thing is that you're going after. We talk about this a lot in some of my trainings with my clients. Like, you can trust that what you're being called to do is going to take you to where you want to go. Now, it may not be a direct path either. So even in the case of, the guy in the story, Darby, he ended up being extremely wealthy. Thank you for the hearts. He ended up being extremely wealthy, extremely successful in life insurance. And now, had he kept going and digging then, he would have been successful in another way. But when you're meant to be successful, like, you're going to be successful, but you got to keep going. You got to keep showing up. And so you can also use, if you've had an experience like that where you did throw in the towel and then you saw later how you could have been successful, take that learning and apply it to what you're doing now, to say, I'm not going to give up. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep going, because I know that everything is always unfolding for my highest good. And I know the power of my mind and focus. And when I set my intention to something, if I decide I'm unavailable to quit, it must happen. It must happen for me. Either, here's how it works. It will either happen for you as you think, or something better. As you think, or something better. So for Darby, it was probably better for him ultimately that it worked out that way, because he was much wiser in the process when he was doing his life insurance, right? So there also is sometimes a readiness for these types of things that we have to cultivate through real world experience, and through what can feel like challenges. Thank you so much for the hearts. But that's also part of the win as well. Let me just check comments. Ashley saying, I left my corporate job to pursue my passion. I'm so ready to generate more income, but it seems slow to happen. Well, Ashley, first of all, congratulations. That's wonderful. I'm so ready. So the first thing two things I would say. Number one, I would love, sign up if you want, sign up for the masterclass we're doing on the 21st, because I think it's going to help you a ton. Send me a DM and I can send you the link to get registered for it. It's for women who want to break through 6 figures or beyond. But the second thing I would also say is, like, your words. So your words are super important with this. Okay. Your words are super, super, super important with this. And I wouldn't speak into existence that it seems slow to happen, right? Like, put in the comments how long ago you left your corporate job. Type it, because there's a period of building, right? Every seed has a gestation period. So there's a period of building, and you're in that now. And whatever you got to remember, what you describe, you prescribe. Okay. So when you say it seems slow to happen, that's your way of telling the universe and your subconscious mind that that's what you want. You want it to be slow to happen. So anything you say out loud, and anything, like whatever your emotions is, the answer the universe will give you is yes, 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 yes. So when you say this is slow to happen, you get back yes, yes, yes. So you said 9 months ago. Okay, great. So you're in the beginning, right? You're in the beginning. Now, could there be ways that you can tweak things and put things into place to generate more clients faster? Absolutely. That's why if you can join for the masterclass, it would be awesome, because I can do like real-time coaching with you and bring you on and do specifics. So I'd love to have you there for that. But from a mindset standpoint, definitely, like, I would shift your language there. And I would say like, I'm so excited to see how this happens. I'm so excited to see how this comes in. And we used this analogy yesterday too, like, for any of you who are moms, or who know moms, right? We all know moms. So there's 9 months, like really more like 10 months, where that baby is just in like incubation, right? You don't see it yet. So there's a lot happening, but you don't see it. And thank you so much for the hearts. And if you said like, oh, this just isn't going to happen, or, oh, just rip the baby out right now, it's never going to happen, like, that would not serve anyone, right? So, so I want you to really think about your business like that. And it's like, I'm literally like, you're creating right now, but there's so much happening behind the scenes that you don't see. And a lot has to do with your mindset and how you show up, and you seeing yourself continuously every single day as the woman who has what you desire. And I need to remember to like look back and forth here. I'm just speaking directly to Ashley this morning, like seeing yourself as like whatever your income goal is, seeing yourself as that woman now, because that's how you bend time and space. And that's how you have the quantum leaps, is claiming that right now. Like, let's say you wanted to, I don't know, have a $10,000 month, right? Like right now, I am that woman, and how does she show up, and how does she think, and what actions does she take, right? So claim it now in this moment, and that's how you'll bend time and space, and you'll bring it in much faster as well. So just be super mindful. Remember, everything has a vibration and strength to it. Like your thoughts are incredibly powerful. And then when you verbalize them as words, they're even stronger. So just only say what you want. Okay. That's super important. Only say what you want. Like, I'm so excited. I know my clients are there. I know they're coming, and we have story after story after story. And I'm seeing ladies here this morning from 10K Club, from the She Sells community. I know you all have so many stories, and give me a yes or give me a heart in the comments, or it's like, you're like, I don't know where this client is going to come from. And then just boom, it happens. Like, it comes in an unexpected way because you're showing up at that higher level vibration. So you're so welcome, Ashley. I hope that helps. Gail, good morning. Patty, good morning. Morgana, good morning. Oh, I love seeing all of you. Allison on LinkedIn, good morning. Oh, you're so welcome. I love you so much. It's so good to see you. Are we good? Do we have any other questions on this? I'll hang for like a hot second. Okay, so 2 just quick reminders. Again, no live stream tomorrow because tomorrow's moving day for us. So I'll be back on Monday, though. If you're watching this in real time, I'll be back on Monday. New environment. I'll be super excited to join you. Good morning, Patty. And then the second reminder is send me a DM if you want an invitation to our workshop on the 21st. Your first 6 figures. So it's for a woman who wants to break through 6 figures or beyond. And it is not about working harder. It is not about pushing and hustling in any way, shape, or form. Okay. It's about doing it easier. Yeah, Michelle, I'm so excited. I know we're going to be in the same state. It's so exciting. All right, my loves. I hope you are having a beautiful day. I'll see all of you on Monday. And just remember, 3 feet from gold. Like, remember that today, the rest of today, this week, this weekend, 3 feet. If I was 3 feet from gold, what would I do right now? You keep going, right? All right. So good to see everyone today. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.